Every day, your dog waits for the same small moments, which most owners never give them. Number 9. The 10-second ritual that rewires your bond. Every dog parent talks to their dog constantly. Commands, praise, baby talk. But there's something surprising that military researchers discovered. They noticed that there were specific handlers whose dogs showed 40% less cortisol during deployment. Now, those handlers weren't doing anything special with training or exercise. The only thing they all were doing was silent eye contact throughout the day. Just 10 to 15 seconds of soft attention with 0 commands. The amygdala in your dog's brain, that ancient fear center, actually calms down during this wordless exchange. Staring threatens them, but this gentle acknowledgement floods their system with oxytocin within seconds. And here's where it gets interesting. Number 8. The forgotten zones. Most owners pet the same 3 spots: head, back, belly. Meanwhile, canine massage therapists keep seeing the same pattern in every dog they treat. There are areas carrying chronic tension that nobody ever touches. Between your dog's toes, knots of stress build up daily. Dogs instinctively spread their toes when anxious, creating micro tears in the connective tissue. 30 seconds of gentle massage there does something remarkable. The sensation travels through nerve pathways we've only recently mapped. But the real goldmine sits right where their front legs connect to their chest. Dogs physically cannot scratch this spot themselves. Behavioral studies from UC Davis tracked dogs receiving daily chest massages for 8 weeks. The results shocked everyone. These dogs didn't just feel better, they started carrying themselves differently in public. Number 7. The power move nobody talks about. Dogs living in human homes make approximately 0 real choices per day. We decide when they eat, where they sleep, when they pee. And here's what happens to animals who never get to choose. European researchers studying working dogs made an accidental discovery. Some handlers were inconsistent. Occasionally, their dogs would ignore a command, and the handler would just shrug and move on. Now, this kind of thing sounds like something to be frowned upon, right? But it actually turned out that these imperfectly trained dogs outperformed the perfectly obedient ones in problem-solving tests. And what's more, they showed stronger bonds with their handlers. Once a day, offer something optional. Hold out the leash. If they don't come immediately, put it away for 5 minutes. No disappointment, no reaction. Some days they'll refuse just to test if the choice is real. Their brain creates new neural pathways when they realize they have genuine agency. Number 6. The brain game hiding in plain sight. Your dog's brain doesn't stop working when you're busy. It just idles. While you're cooking dinner or answering emails, their brain enters something like a screensaver mode. But a 2-minute activity can flip the switch and light up more brain regions than an hour-long walk, and most owners have never tried it. Here's how. Take 1 piece of their regular kibble, not a treat, but their usual food. That matters because regular food activates the brain's seeking system differently than high-reward treats. Now hide it somewhere unusual, behind a chair leg, under a pillow, or just out of sight. Let them find it. This tiny game does something remarkable. The Family Dog Project in Budapest studied dogs who played daily food hiding games like this. Those dogs retained cognitive function nearly 3 years longer than dogs who didn't. Why? Well, because this kind of food search doesn't just trigger movement, it grows the brain. Specifically, the hippocampus. The area tied to both emotional regulation and spatial memory forms new neural connections when dogs navigate and sniff out regular food. And the challenge matters. Start easy, but gradually increase difficulty so they have to think, sniff, and remember. You're not just entertaining your dog, you're actively shaping their aging brain. Number 5. The matching technique. You come home exhausted. Your dog's bouncing off the walls, and every instinct tells you to calm them down right away. But there's a surprising strategy that works far better, and it starts with doing the opposite. Ethologists studying free-living village dogs, the most genetically natural dogs on Earth, noticed something we've forgotten in modern homes. Before one dog tries to change another's energy, they match it first. That means when your dog is hyped up, you meet them at their level for just 20 seconds. Jump, greet, engage, then slowly guide them toward calm. The moment of synchronizing does something remarkable inside their brain. Specifically, it strengthens a part of the brain called the anterior cingulate cortex, a region responsible for emotional flexibility. And the effects are real. Dogs whose humans match before redirecting show 50% less reactivity to sudden environmental changes. They learn that emotions aren't dangerous and that transitions are safe. It works both ways too. If your dog is quiet and resting and you want to engage them in play or training, don't jolt them with sudden energy. Start where they are, then build up together. This principle extends far beyond just energy levels. Number 4. The controlled chaos method. Dogs thrive on routine, yet their wild ancestors encountered randomness daily. Prey at different times, weather shifts, pack dynamics changing. Now, modern pets live in such rigid schedules their adaptability muscles have just, atrophied. So, veterinary behaviorists currently recommend structured variation. Change one tiny thing about a routine activity each day. Feed dinner 3 minutes early. Take a different route for the last 30 seconds of your walk. Use a different bowl. Keep 95% consistent, while the 5% variation prevents rigidity. MRI studies show this activates the same brain regions as environmental enrichment in zoo animals. Dogs practicing structured variation handle real disruptions like moving homes with far less distress. The key lies in making variations small enough to feel safe, but noticeable enough to require adaptation. And speaking of adaptation, number 3, the purpose problem. Search and rescue dogs show lower baseline cortisol than pet dogs, despite facing constant challenges. And this has nothing to do with activity level. Working dogs have something most pets desperately lack: a sense of being necessary. Your dog doesn't need to save lives, but they need to feel essential to your daily routine. Pick one household task they own completely: carrying mail from door to kitchen, checking each room before bed. One border collie learned to put shoes by the door each morning and started waking up with visible anticipation. Brain scans reveal increased grey matter in regions associated with satisfaction and self-concept. Now, dogs detect fake enthusiasm through chemical signals we don't even know we're releasing, so the job must be something you genuinely value. And just like humans need to feel valued, dogs also need one thing. Number 2. The consent game. We assume dogs always want affection, but shelter dog research revealed even affection-seeking dogs only want touch about 60% of the times we offer it. The rest is pure politeness, slowly building invisible stress. Pet your dog for 3 seconds, then stop completely. Remove your hand entirely. If they nudge, lean, or paw for more within 2 seconds, continue. If they don't actively request more, they were being polite. Dogs have touch budgets, just like humans have social energy. When you only pet them upon active request, the trust explosion becomes visible within days. Threshold anxiety decreases. Previously distant dogs become Velcro dogs once they realize all touch is consensual. They start communicating more clearly in every area of life, especially at this specific time of the day. Number 1. The chemical message. In the quiet moment before bed, your dog may curl up nearby, breathing softly, head tilted just so. To you, it feels like peace. But something deeper is happening. This is the perfect time to focus on the small things that make your dog uniquely yours. How they tilt their head when curious, the way their ears flick in response to sounds, or the steady rhythm of their breathing when they feel safe. As you take in those details with genuine gratitude, your body responds. It releases a powerful mix of bonding chemicals, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, and while it feels internal to you, your dog can actually smell that shift. Now in 2019, researchers confirmed that dogs have specialized chemoreceptors capable of detecting subtle emotional changes in humans. When you're truly feeling love, not just saying it, they sense it. Not metaphorically, literally. And that has real neurological impact. Brain imaging shows that when a dog picks up on these chemicals from their bonded person, it activates their default mode network, the region linked to memory, self-awareness, and identity. In other words, your dog isn't just relaxing by your side, they're absorbing your emotional presence. And over time, those repeated, deeply felt moments contribute to how they define themselves and who they feel safe with. Now, there's something strange dogs do when they think you're not watching, and understanding it might completely change how you see your dog.